interview, there is a time for questions, which you should definitely use to impress the interviewer. I did a video where I shared the top questions you should ask a recruiter at the end of an interview. But if in doubt, here are the 5 top things and questions you should avoid asking or mentioning to the recruiter during your interview. So number 1 is, what is the salary for this role? According to the job description library, 91% of employers expect the interviewee to know the salary before the interview. If there are no salary mentions on the job description, this means that they expect you to do your research ahead of the interview. They'll often ask, what are your salary expectations? And you should always prepare the answer to this question ahead of your interview. Check out Glassdoor, Salary.com, LinkedIn, and so many others so that you see what is the right salary for this position and what should you ask based on your experience. However, if during the interview they didn't ask you what are your salary expectations, this shouldn't be the first question out of your mouth when the time for questions come. And this is because you don't want to give them the impression that you're only in for the money. Talking about compensation is an absolutely fair question to ask, and how early you can ask it, it will depend on the industry and the culture you're applying to. But general rule of thumb is, it is actually better to ask companies regarding salary later on in the recruitment process, and this will actually give you more negotiation power. Number 2, do not blame it on your nerves. Interview statistics reveal that employers are looking for confident candidates. However, being nervous is absolutely normal. Being nervous can actually be a good thing. It means that you're excited and going to that interview means a great deal to you. But keep this in mind, 40% of recruiters indicate that candidates' voice quality and lack of smile might be reasons for rejection. Additionally, 65% of interviewers reject candidates who don't make eye contact. And 20% of interviewers don't take into consideration candidates who sit with their arms crossed. So before you go into that interview, focus on relaxing and calming those nerves down and gaining your interview confidence. I created some videos in how you can beat those interview nerves and build your confidence for that interview. So make sure to subscribe to this channel to not miss those videos right here. And remember, if you're nervous during your interview, there is a reason why you're here. The recruiter believes in you, so now it's the time for you to believe in you. Number 3, badmouthing your previous employer or working experience. You're not alone if you had previous working experiences that were negative or toxic, or even if you have bosses or ex-colleagues that you never wish to work with again. However, talking poorly about your previous negative experience will not put you at advantage. Quite the opposite. By badmouthing your previous employer in front of your new potential employer might actually lead them to think if you badmouth them as well. If they ask you, why do you want to leave your current job? Or why did you leave your previous working experience? Say something like this instead. I saw this amazing opportunity at Revlon and I'm ready for a fresh new challenge at an exciting organization such as yours. And give them reasons. Why do you want this job? Why do you want to work at a company? And why would you be such a great addition to their team? So before you go on that interview, prepare, and like that you'll be giving them a winning answer while remaining professional. Then number 4, not knowing what are the company's products or services. Did you know that 47% of interviewers wouldn't choose a candidate that has little knowledge about a company? If you have an interview at Microsoft, you better know what Microsoft Office is. Don't tell them that you only use Pages by Apple. If you don't know what a company does, or even if you're not a fan of what their products are, why do you want to work for this company? So before you walk into that interview, make sure you have things to say about the industry and about what a company does. Do your research before. Why not checking out the company's website? Check out their mission, the values, their goals, check their social media, and even, why not, reading some news articles about them. Number 5. What will I do in this role? So you just spent a whole interview convincing the recruiter that you're such a great fit for this role. But at the end you ask, what exactly am I going to be doing in this role? To be fair, job descriptions often aren't 100% clear. And the reality of the job can be absolutely different to what is on paper. But asking the recruiter at the end of your interview, what am I going to be doing in this role, doesn't leave exactly a good impression. That might actually lead the recruiter wondering, did you do your research before you came to the interview? Are you applying to other several jobs and you don't know which interview you're in for? Did you read the job description? Ask them instead, what are the 5 top things a person in this role is expected to accomplish in the first 30, 60, and 90 days? Or even, what is a typical week in this role like? And doing your research before going into the interview can be things like checking the company's website, checking online for similar role descriptions, or like we did in one of my past videos, getting in touch with people on similar roles or in the same team on LinkedIn. And with this all of the way, make sure you ask the right questions at the end of the interview. So check out my video right here.